I'm Lord Bolton's eldest son.
But you're a bastard. A trueborn will always have the stronger claim.
Okay, Sansa.
Yeah, please
I've been
be careful.
naturalized by a royal decree from...
Tommen Baratheon? Another bastard.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam. This is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift. I'm excited to get into this one, but before we do, if you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below, subscribe to stay tuned for more, and if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 5 episodes, you can check all that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. Zay, what do you remember from the previous episode?
Yeah, so it's just some big events that I'll cover real quick so we can get right into it. We got to see what they didn't call it a trial, they called it an in something. I can't remember. For for Sir Loras, and then Marjorie getting looped in.
A little
it was like not a trial, it's just they want to question us, and
an informal trial kind of.
Yeah. Marjorie lied, Loras lied. And then Oliver came and spilled the beans. So now they are in custody and are going to face an actual trial, which is scary for Cersei. And I mean, Olenna, I think, wants blood right now. Like, she's not happy. I'm gonna skip over this next one real quick. Ramsay defiled Sansa and made Theon watch. I don't even want to get into that. That was just fucking atrocious. I think Theon's gonna snap, guys, but I think he can't take much more abuse. Tyrion and Jorah got captured by some slave ship, and they basically convinced them, instead of sending Jorah to be a slave and killing Tyrion or selling his penis to a dick merchant, they actually convinced them to send them to Marine, where they were intending to go. Well, Jorah was intending to go. Still nerve-wracking because he's still
holding on to Tyrion right now, but Jorah.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know what's going on with Tyrion. Really, they could kill him anytime. But yeah, nerve-wracking because he still has that grayscale, which should be spreading. And then we didn't get to check up on Jon, surprisingly, in the wildlings. I'm hoping we get to see that in this episode.
We saw a little bit of Arya in the house.
A little bit of Arya. She's advancing through the house. Jack and Hagar basically said she's not ready to become nobody yet, but she is ready to become somebody else. So a step in the right direction, I think. And I mean, yeah, with that being said, I think it's good enough to cover what happened in the last episode. Obviously, people are watching, they know what's going on and where we're at. But I'm ready to get into this one.
Let's get into it.
First Ranger, you have commanded Castle Black.
Lord Commander, it is my duty to tell you I believe this mission to be reckless. And an insult to all the brothers who have died fighting the wildlands.
As always, thank you for your honesty.
That's the most fun. What a fucking cold answer.
It's dragonglass. It's what I used to kill the White Walker.
Good looking.
Yeah, sick. Tie to the end of a stick. Make a spear. Do we get to see a White Walker? It's been a while.
It has been a minute.
Get himself. Gillyflower. Before it's too late.
That would scare the shit out of me. A blind man on his deathbed, basically. Before it's too late. I'd be like, we're going south immediately.
She's got bruises on her arms.
Yeah.
Help me.
You're his wife now. Do what he says or he'll hurt you.
He already hurts me every night. All day I'm locked in this room, and every night he comes.
Damn.
Climb to the top of the broken tower. Light this candle and put it in the window. Promise me, Theon.
Reed! My name is Reed.
Your name is Theon Greyjoy. Last surviving son of Balon Greyjoy, Lord of the Iron Islands. Do you hear me?
I just hope that he didn't hear you. him being Ramsay.
Dude, it's weird. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like when I see Sansa beat up like that, it like triggers me. You know, like it's like if I saw my own sister like that, like, dude.
Oh God, dude, awful. It's freaking awful. I wouldn't be walking with the candle just out. He might be like, "Why the fuck do you have a candle, buddy? What are you doing?"
Yes, Reek.
Welp, that was painful to see.
No man was wiser, or gentler, or kinder. And now his watch has ended.
You're losing all your friends, darling.
Ooh.
That's kind of fucked up. It's like, yeah, no shit. I know. Thanks for rubbing salt in the wound.
One day I'll be Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North.
But isn't your stepmother pregnant?
I'm Lord Bolton's eldest son.
But you're a bastard. A trueborn will always have the stronger claim.
Okay, Sansa.
Yeah,
I've been
please be careful.
naturalized by a royal decree from
Tommen Baratheon? Another bastard.
your northern friend.
Oh boy.
Tough old bird. Everyone talks when I start peeling them. But this one, the heart gave out before I even got to her face.
That's fucked.
You should hold on to your candles. The nights are so long now.
I'm curious, at this point, who do you think is more fucked up? Joffrey or Ramsay?
Might be Ramsay. I don't know. I gotta think on it because I don't want bias. I don't want recency bias because of what I'm watching him do.
Right.
Versus the shit that Joffrey did do.
I have seen myself walk along the battlements of Winterfell. I have seen the flayed man banners lowered to the ground. But sometimes sacrifices must be made to ensure victory.
He's like, all right, but...
I have shown you the power of King's blood, and your blood runs through her veins.
Ooh.
All your life has led us to this moment, to this decision.
She's my daughter. Get out.
Y'all could have used the leeches on her instead of fucking Gendry. Why, seems like not, why'd you wait for the youngest one to be like, no, this is the one that sounds like you're gonna have to do some vile shit to.
There's no need to be rude. We just want a little affection. Ooh.
Ho ho.
Get back to your room. Lock the door.
I'm warning you.
Come on.
Bro, I would have already been stabbed.
Yeah, Sam's not promoted. Oh my god, is Sam gonna have to?
Come on.
Tell me Thorne comes in or somebody.
Gotta give him credit for at least not being a coward.
Yeah. But damn.
I said, get your hands off her.
Yeah, okay.
I killed a White Walker. I killed a Fen. I'll take my chances with you.
Oh.
Whoo! Ghost.
Oh,
yes.
I got some goosebumps.
Kill Ghost. Go. Take them both out.
Oh, dude. I gotta tell you, that fucking direwolf, dude, he senses what Jon would have wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not Jon. Is someone that the wolf is no relation with other than Jon's friend that's in danger. And the wolf is still something right here.
Gilly, get on him, though, him. At least snug him up. Be Big Spoon. Let him be Little Spoon. That works, too. Oh. Shit. All right, Sam. You got this.
Taking a wife. That was the vow. Taking a wife.
Don't win. Don't win. She's gonna stop.
Are you sure?
Ah, Sam. Well, Tarly becomes a man.
Kill the boy, Sam.
Yes, kill the boy. She's barely moving or reacting.
Oh my! He says,
"Oh God." Yo, her lack of reaction and movement made it so much funnier.
On the day of the great games, gather all the great masters and wise masters and worthy masters you can find, and slaughter them all.
Oh.
I am a queen, not a butcher.
well, that one guy who you fed to the
These are either butchers or meat.
Yeah, that
might
one guy.
Disagree there.
That one guy you quite literally butchered. Well, had your dragons butchered. Fucking.
What is it you want? Gold?
I imagine this is strange for you. And everyone you meet has a hidden motive, and you pride yourself in sniffing it out. But I'm telling you a simple truth.
Damn, he's got her pinned.
I serve the gods. The gods demand justice.
When House Tyrell stops sending our crops to the capital, everyone here will starve. And I'll make sure the hungry know who's to blame.
Have you ever sowed the field, Lady Olenna?
I know.
You are the few. We are the many. And when the many stop fearing the few,
Damn.
What?
He said, "Oh yeah, you're the one who's producing all the wheat." No.
Right. I do find it funny how they played off like that constant misconception from people in power where they're like, what does it want? Gold? I can make you rich. It's like, that's not always what people want. But it's always what rich and wealthy and powerful go for.
The Queen is in prison and there is nothing I can do!
What?
It's just like Joffrey's voice was like so much more like aggressive. Like it set a tone. His is
Joffrey's
like
I am the king! I'll call in the army. I'll take back the sept and kill every last one of them.
And show them who they're messing with. No.
You know as well as I do who the first casualty of that war would be.
Yeah, she has a point.
Good. Yeah, great point.
I love her.
Oh, don't say it to your mom. Your mom loves you.
I'll do everything I can to win her freedom and her brothers. I would do anything for you. Anything to keep you from harm.
I believe it.
I do too. Especially after losing Joffrey. Yeah, I believe it.
We've seen constantly that she is extremely devoted to her children.
You look different when I left. You had more hair.
And more hands. Threats have been made. Dorne's too dangerous for you. I've come to take you home.
This is my home. This has been my home for years. I did what she said. I did my duty, and now she's forcing me to go back.
It's for your own good.
Think about that.
Oh, I love Trystane. I'm going to marry him, and we're staying right here.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You don't know me.
I'm your father.
Dornish women are the most beautiful women in the world.
Thank you.
I said Dornish women. I didn't say you.
I'm not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
She's pretty hot.
How's your arm now?
Oh, that poison turned up.
Something's coming out of his nose.
My dagger was coated with a special ointment from Ashai. They call it the Long Farewell. If a single drop makes contact with the skin, death.
Oh, shit.
Oh, she gonna like do something stupid. She ain't gonna give it to you. Are you dumb?
Who's the most beautiful woman in the world?
Oh, no. Wait, she actually gave it to him?
Yeah, she wanted him to say it.
It's just poison in a blue vial. Fuck.
Gotcha twice.
Stupid.
Promise you, Lord Baelish, that our fates are joined. Together we murdered a king. If my house should fall, I
There
will
it
have
is.
nothing to hide.
Yep.
It was kind of up in the air until now, but now you know together.
Up in the air, but
it was
it
pretty.
had been it was alluded to
implied.
so often. Yeah.
I have a gift for you, a handsome young man.
They're all nervous. Jorah's just like, he's just sharpening his blade.
You will fight at the Great Pit of Daznak itself, in front of the Queen. So whatever happens, the gods have smiled upon you today.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
You gotta love his
Mm,
devotion,
nice.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, she looks like she want to leave. He's definitely looks. His daughter's like, ah, this is dope. I hadn't seen this in a minute.
I think I've seen enough.
It's a tradition for the Queen to stay until the victor has emerged.
I've sacrificed more than enough for your traditions.
Oh boy.
Oh shit, Jorah goes in and kills everybody. Just fucking. Tyrion's gonna fall like a dog. Just kidding. He can't.
Wait your turn, you piece of fucking thing.
Oh.
Damn.
Nice. He's beating the shit out of everyone. He's just knocking them out.
All
right. Oh.
See how he's kind of doing it without like blood
Not hurting him. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Face reveal for 1 mil subs on YouTube.
Get him out of my sight.
Oh, she's not happy.
I brought you a gift. It's true.
It's me.
Oh shit.
I am the gift. My name is Tyrion Lannister.
Wow, they're really backing each other. They're
Finally
really
in the same presence. I wonder how that's gonna turn out.
yeah.
This is horrible. Unacceptable. Are they feeding you enough at least?
I'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
We are making every effort on your behalf.
Lies come easily to you. Everyone knows that. But innocence, decency, concern. You're not very good at those, I'm afraid.
Damn.
Perhaps that's why your son was so eager to cast you aside for me. Leave.
Yes. I'm afraid I must. My son needs me now more than ever.
Get out, you hateful bitch!
Sleep well, sister.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
What happens to her now?
Well, she and her brother are both being held under fair suspicion. The Tyrell's finery will be stripped away. Their lies knocked down, their true hearts laid bare for all to see. What will we find when we strip away your finery?
Yeah, you think he's just aligned with
Man
you?
came to us not long ago, and he has much to say about you.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, that's got very excited. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, be nervous, Cersei. Oh.
Let me go immediately.
You will order her to let me go. I am the queen. I am the queen.
Oh shit. Don't commit incest.
Mm-hmm. Well, so much for making fun of Marjorie.
Look at my face. It's the last thing you'll see before you die.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh man.
Man.
All right. That was Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift. If you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. And if you want to watch your full-length reaction to this and the next 5 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. With that being said, Zay, what are your thoughts, initial thoughts, before we get into the Q&A?
Oh man. That was a crazy turn of events that's going on. Shit. I mean, yeah, I kind of want to hop right into Q&A, but that was a very, very dope episode. I'm excited to get your questions and kind of give my ideas on the episode out there right now. So
sure, yeah, let's get straight into the Q&A. Let's kind of just, I guess, start with the Wall. We have Jon, who has left the Wall. He's heading off to Hardhome with Tormund to go try to recruit the wildlings. And Sam had a little bit of a sticky situation here at the Wall because Aegon died, or not Aegon, Aemon died, and Sir Alistair Thorne said your friends are dying, and then some people tried to rape Gilly, and Sam kept fighting though. He stayed strong. Ghost came in clutch at the end there, and basically Ghost got Sam some poo-tank. No, Sam did it on his own. She was proud of him, and
Ghost kept Sam alive to get it.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts on that whole situation with Sam and the fact that Jon's no longer at the Wall and it's kind of an issue, but he has Ghost? What are your thoughts on the situation at the Wall now that Jon is not around?
It's interesting because this occurs not too long after Stannis left, where they were asking, like Davos said, like, is your daughter is staying, right? Your daughter and the queen are staying. He said, no, they're coming with us. This is a place of murderers, rapists, this, that. And there we have it. The Lord Commander leaves. You have Sir Alistair Thorne in charge, but how much is he paying attention? He's also really not a friend of Sam to that extent. And the first thing that happens, one of the first things that happens is Gilly almost gets assaulted inside the place. I mean, it kind of proved to Stannis' point where it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, women aren't safe there. And that's been a constant thing where it's like people have been saying, like, you shouldn't bring a woman to the Wall. It's not safe for them. Think about the people you're bringing them around. They're criminals. I guess maybe Ghost is going to serve as his protector while he's there, hopefully, because Ghost saved his ass. I was like, this is about to be a bloodbath. I thought Sam might get killed that episode, but he's now the second man of the Night's Watch to engage with a wildling like that, officially that we know of, between him and Jon. So he'll have a story to tell Jon if Jon comes back.
Do you think that the Wall is going to basically, how do you think the Wall is going to, like, do you think Thorne will keep everybody under control? Do you think it might not be so easy now that the Lord Commander's gone? What do you think is in store?
I think
do you think Sam is the only one really in trouble at the Wall right now? What are your thoughts?
I think Thorne's going to do less of keeping it intact for Jon's sake and more of maybe trying to kind of sway people towards his side, because it was a pretty tight vote as it was between him and Jon being the leader. So now this is his perfect opportunity to really kind of, get his opinions out there, start to sway people on it. Yeah, I think Sam and Gilly are in danger because if Thorne takes over, he's hell-bent against the wildlings. That could be enough reason for him to, have them kill Gilly or have them kill Sam even because he engaged with a wildling. On the flip side, are we seeing a turn of the Wall? Or like, I know the vows you can't take any wife, but a lot of them were living a celibate lifestyle basically at that point.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about the men who were about to rate Gilly. If
They're flipping on their morals and code, basically. So is this going to be a turn? Are we now going to see, instead of them doing that, trying to assault somebody, but maybe they're able to take on wildling wives? And like, if the wildlings come back, like, are they going to take on, are we going to see an intermix? That's the big thing, is if the wildlings come back, is it going to be an all out brawl? Is it going to be chaos when they first get back? Are they going to learn to live together, you know, and deal with the wildlings being around the wall and south of the wall? I mean, I guess we'll see. We haven't even gotten to catch up with Jon in talking to the wildlings yet. So that's like a big thing I'm waiting on and waiting to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Next, we have Sansa being confronted by Ramsay, who skinned her northern friend there alive. And that does not look good for Sansa. Reek obviously betrayed her. What do you expect? It's, Reek is fucking is
Reek.
whatever
Reek is
whatever
Reek, man.
wit is to the thousandth degree. I mean, he's just tortured beyond like repair, basically. So what are your thoughts about that whole situation? Is there no hope for Sansa now? Like, what do you think is going to happen with Sansa's future here? Do you think this might be the end for Sansa? What are your thoughts about the situation at Winterfell?
I think her only hope is now relying on Stannis. But we just got to, I mean, not to jump. I mean, it's going to jump ahead quick just to come back to it. But I mean, we also know Stannis is marching, and they're in an issue because this winter, they don't have enough food. They're losing men as they're marching towards Winterfell, and it's still a long way for them to go. So her only hope right now, we just got to see a glimpse of her only hope in a desperate situation where, I mean, Stannis still wants to go, but Davos is like, I don't think we should go because we can't afford to. And if they don't arrive, then I don't know if she has any hope. I think she's just trapped in Winterfell and she's screwed, for lack of a better term.
That was a pretty accurate term.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. Her only other hope is, can she convince Reek to become Theon from when she was a child and is like basically a brother to her? Can she somehow sway him to betray Ramsay? And but even then, where do we go from there? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So let's get right into Stannis. He is losing men, and he's starting to grow a little concerned. You said we got this, and the Red Woman is like, yes, we got this. Do you know the power of King's blood? Speaking of King's blood, we do know somebody who has King's blood.
So what can we do with this? And we already know that he has a very fondness for his daughter, and the whole story. But from the grayscale, probably comes from a piece of him feeling guilty for her having that affliction in the first place, because from the doll he gave her. So the last thing he's going to want to do is use her blood or use her for anything in regards into that regard. But now here comes into question what I had brought up before when she kind of tried to hook up with Jon and stuff. It's like, it seems like Stannis is very controlled by her. She's very manipulative, and it's like whatever she says, okay. Even Gendry was like, oh, she wants to hook up, let's do it, right?
Right.
But it seems like he's trying to draw a line in the sand, but how strong is his willpower? Is he going to bend? Is she going to be able to convince him, like, you're the king, this and this and that, you got it, and he's going to be like, you're right. Or is he going to be like, no? And what does that mean for their relationship? What does that mean for her support of him? Is she going to try to, I don't know.
Let me ask you.
If that, I mean, if she,
which direction do you think he's gonna go in?
Oh, I think he's gonna end up bending, but I hope for his character he doesn't. Yeah, I think that he might, but I just hope he doesn't, because he, as much as I know he loves and cares for his daughter and all this stuff, and it's just like, he's so hell-bent on the throne. Like, I feel like the throne is just, it's such an encapsulating thing with certain people that as much as they're going to fight and stuff, it's the idea of being that, he might say, well, in the end, it's worth it if I'm the leader and I can, avenge her, whatever occurs. We don't even know. I mean, it sounded
it
like
might not even go down that road. That road.
we
I'm just
don't even know what
you
we
think
don't
it's
even know
going
what the
to.
extent of what they're going to do with her. But when he said, why can't we use leeches or something? It made it sound like they were going to kill her. Like, basically, it was very weird the way she was talking about it, because the way he was so against it, I was like, okay, like, it can't be something small, because if it was something small and easy, he'd probably be like, okay, you know what I mean? But like, he mentioned leeches, and basically she said no. So I'm like, the only other thing I can think of with King's blood would be probably killing her. I'm like, I don't know.
We'll have to see how that turns out. Next on the list, we have Tyrion and Jorah, who, one way or another made their way to the Queen.
Yeah.
And it was at this lower level fighting pit situation. Jorah came out when he wasn't supposed to, beat up these men. And basically the Queen said, fuck out of here. And then he said, I've got a gift. And Tyrion comes through and says, it's me, Tyrion Lannister. She looked pretty shocked. So we're here. They're all three in the same exact presence now. What are your thoughts about this going forward? How do you think she's going to react to this situation? What are your thoughts about the fate of these characters moving forward now?
It bought them time. It bought Jorah time with the Queen, for sure. It bought him time to plead his case, and it bought, that's really what that kind of served right there.
Well, that might be jumping the gun. We don't know if she's going to say, okay, Jorah, what is this? You don't know if she's going to say, all right, fuck out of here, Jorah.
It would be, I think it's very unlikely that she just kicks Jorah out and then says, let me speak with Tyrion, because she'll want to know why, how, what the fuck's your plan, and I know she can't trust him necessarily, but you'd want to hear the case. In my opinion, I'd want to hear. I'd be like, okay, I'm listening. Maybe. Why, and that's, again, a very good prisoner to have. If, not knowing that Tyrion, if she doesn't know that Tyrion wants to be killed by all at King's Landing somehow, then to her, she might think that she has a really good, pawn piece. I mean, he still is a good pawn piece, because Cersei wants to kill him so bad that she'd probably give anything to have him to get killed.
What do you think her reaction is going to be? After what we've seen here, what do you think do you think she's going to be hostile or open to the man whose brother killed her father? I mean, that's a big thing. And she's been known to not
I think hostility's going to stay throughout the whole sequence with both of them. I mean, naturally, she has reason to be hostile with both. I don't think she's not one to really kind of give up grudges and shit like that very lightly. And she's pretty, what she punishes, she's like, she's not the most lenient with certain shit. But she can bend in certain situations. So it's really going to come down to, you now have.
You got to remember, her brother was pretty nasty, and she wasn't. So it's like, does she understand that brothers aren't the same people or not? So
I think it's going to be interesting to see a person that we've seen be pretty brutal in a few different circumstances so far, and a very good talker. Tyrion is a master of talking and, kind of being able to maneuver his way through situations to where people go from like up here to they're like, okay.
No, not and even then, kind of.
He gets them there and then is able to even get them sometimes to align. So, I mean, I guess we'll find out. See how good he can.
We'll have to see how all that goes. Lastly, let's kind of center this next discussion around the High Sparrow himself. We've seen his conversation with Olenna. We saw his conversation with Cersei. And it does seem to show that he is someone who is devoted to his faith. He's not looking for gold. He's not looking for this. He's not looking for that. However, he is slowly gaining a form of power. So first, let me ask you, do you think his motives are clear? Do you think he's just trying to, serve his gods, the seven-pointed star? Or do you think that he has a secret motive behind all this? And also, now that we've seen what happened to Cersei, how do you think Tommen's going to react to all this? So address the first thing and then the second thing.
Well, I'll kind of try to encapsulate it all because it gave me, again, I always, whenever I'm watching this show, I'm like, I find glimpses of like kind of like history and shit like that feels like it's pulling from in a sense.
Okay.
And so one of the things being, I mean, now that we're seeing it really go down, just real quick, like he was saying, we're stripping away the finery, right? Right. What happens when we strip the finery away from you, Cersei? Blah, blah, and, Laura stepped out. Obviously, she gets thrown into Lancel. I'm sorry. Lancel steps out. She gets thrown into a cell. And to be fair, a lot of these people, technically in the God's eyes, have been sinful. I mean, she's committed incest. Marjorie perjury, and then Loras was homosexual, which they in that God. Tommen's kind of pure. It feels like I don't think that he's. I don't want to say he's. I don't know. The High Sparrow. It feels like he's trying to just get in a position of power. It feels like he has an opening, and it wasn't like his plan was always to get a position of power. However, he's seeing a route and he's kind of taking advantage of it. And I'm wondering if we're going to see the kind of dynamic where it becomes something like the Roman Catholic Church, to give an example back in history, where you had a king, but you also had the church, and the church was the one that really led the armies, really led the military, really pushed the schedule. So it's like you have Tom and he's the figurehead, but do we see the High Scepter? Does he step in and he's the council and he's like, this is what we're going to do. And Tommen's just like, okay. Does he start to bend? He just bends. We haven't seen him.
Tommen's wife and mother are taken captive by this guy. How do you think he's going to react to that?
Oh, I don't think he's going to be happy at all. However, from past history, it'd be wrong for me to assume he's going to really, really put his foot down. Like every time he's had a few chances to put his foot down. And when it comes to putting his foot down, he tries to, but he's not convincing, and people just kind of bully him out of the way. They're like, da, da, da. Another thing too, it also kind of brought back the idea that the history and all that type of stuff, just in real life history, he said to Olenna, he's like, you are the few, we are the many. And a lot of people that's true. A lot of those people are faithful to those seven gods and stuff. So they're more than likely going to follow the High Septon or Scepter? Sparrow, High Sparrow. Oh, because there's seven. There's Septons or something too.
I'm pretty sure
they mentioned them.
The Septon, I think, is like an appointed religious figure.
Okay,
who was appointed by the kings or whatever,
but
prior to the High Sparrow who came into charge.
In the idea of being a citizen of King's Landing and stuff, you're going to relate more to the High Sparrow and to the church than you are to the freaking royalty. The royalty can't. Another example, Olenna's talking about, well, what do you do when the Tyrells take away the wheat and this, and he's like, oh, you sow the fields, you're the one that reaps the wheat. We're the many. You've never had to do it a day in your life. You've lived this wealthy lifestyle. You've never touched the field. So who do you think they're going to align with? I mean, yeah, he's in a position where we could see a very big dynamic shift where people might not like the fucking kings.
Yeah,
or not like the Lannisters, I should say, more or less.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that all turns out. Also, real quick, not much to go on here, but we do see Jaime and Bronn and Dorne, and Bronn stuck in a cell still with the three daughters. And Jaime, Marcella doesn't seem very responsive to Jaime. So real quick, what do you think is going to happen there going forward? I mean, do you think they're going to leave empty-handed? Do you think that they're going to not be? Do you think Jaime's going to go leave on his own? Do you think Bronn is going to escape? What are your thoughts on the future of those two?
I think Jaime won't will try to avoid leaving without Bronn and more Marcella. However, for his sake, I pray he gets Marcella, because if he has to go and then he goes back and Cersei's in prison and has to tell Cersei, oh, by the way, I failed to get our daughter back. Listen, we've seen that relationship deteriorating over this whole season. It's just every time there's something going wrong between these two. Maybe Bronn
that's a good question too. Is like, I'm not going to let you know whether or not Jaime does make it back or not. But theoretically, if he did, what do you think his reaction to everything going on in King's Landing would be?
Oh, I'm sure it'd be panic. I'm sure it'd be chaos. But here's the problem. If he goes back and this situation is still occurring, he'll get seized immediately they'll seize him. They'll be like, they can't seize Cersei and then not seize Jaime.
Well,
and put him
hold
into
on. To be fair, Cersei was seized for incest with her cousin Lancel, who admitted everything.
Remember, because Lancel admitted it.
Yeah, she screwed.
But if
Lancel
knows about anything about, because he said that he basically spilled the beans.
Yeah,
they didn't specify what exactly and what he didn't. If he spilled,
that's true.
If he spilled everything, then Jaime would probably walk in and get seized immediately. I mean,
that's if
that's if he gets back, and that's, who knows. I mean, I'm more concerned. I don't know if he's gonna get back with Marcella. Marcella doesn't want to, but she's at a risk if he doesn't get her out, because the fucking the four girls over there they were trying to take her out. They don't even want her there, period.
We'll have to see how all of this turns out. But with that being said, again, if you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below, subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, you can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this and the next 5 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, I do, guys. Come tune into the Twitch. Link will be down in the description below. I stream Sunday through Friday. Tuesday and Fridays are with Cam. Fridays is usually like party games with a bunch of our friends, if possible. I also have my YouTube. That'll be linked down there where I'm doing playthroughs and stuff like that. Come tune in, come say hi. I'm doing giveaways on my Twitch as well for follower goals. So, yeah, come tune in. And Cam, I know you also have a Twitch.
Yep, Just Your Average Cam. Links in the description. If you want to check that out, go ahead down there and click that. But with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for showing the support. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace. You look ugly. That was a word.